Oh, why am I all the way over there? What the hell? I literally just previewed the stream and I was in the right position. Okay, hold on. Edit scene. Hello, look, I'm huge. Let me put me down in the bottom corner. Well, that was odd. Hello, mute that in the background as well so that it doesn't echo. That was really weird. Thank you, Kieran Features, for the 6-month subscription. Thank you, mate. And Ben with the 9 months in a row as well. Thank you very much, bro. As we push through, you'll have to let me know what audio levels are like with regards game volume and me. But I believe it's set to what it was when I last streamed F1 2017, so hopefully we should be okay. But we shall crack on as we move forward. Thank you for the host. At present, I'm not sure where I'm going to put me, so to speak. Because with... Oh, jeez, still kicking off. Daniel with the 7 months in a row. Thank you, Daniel. Right, now, I'll preface this. If you're watching this on Twitch, this is going to be probably... Oh, sorry, rephrase. If you're watching this on YouTube, this is going to be the full Twitch stream over on the second channel. I am planning on uploading just the whole stream in a lump on the second channel. I quite simply don't have the time to edit down a 3 to 4, maybe more hour stream into highlights with all the FIFA content I'm making. So you will get full streams in full length. But we're going to be cracking forward with F1 2018 now. And then when we get into the practice session, we can rearrange the on-screen overlays with regards to the event list and where I'm positioned, etc. Grayson with the 7 months in a row. Thank you very much, my man. Let me tweet the stream out as we're at the team selection screen. Thank you for all the hosts. Well, with the brand new Twitch Prime subscription, thank you very much, bro. I appreciate that very much indeed. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the fam. Thank you, mate. You went McLaren, did you, Tom? That's interesting. In the chat, obviously I put a tweet out asking you guys, those of you that are on Twitter and follow me on Twitter, what team you thought I was going to go with. I already had a team in mind, and I already had a teammate in mind, but I was curious to know what you guys thought I was going to do. Because, of course, if you want to know my Twitter, I can just quickly do that. Because, of course, last year I was at Renault, and the year before I was at Renault. Now, having done Renault for 2 years in a row, I'm not going to be Renault this time around. And there was one guy that suggested Ferrari. I had one Ferrari suggestion, one Mercedes, a couple of Red Bulls, a handful of Renault until I tweeted out saying I wasn't going to be Renault. A few Haas suggestions, a few McLaren suggestions, a few Force India suggestions, a few Toro Rosso, Williams, and Sauber. You can see on the right-hand side the performance comparison between all of the teams with regards where at present, before any updates have been added to the cars, where they rank with regards to their ability. Thank you for the 16-month resub, Crudy, and for the brand new Twitch Prime subscription, OJ. Thank you, mate. Welcome to the club. I very much appreciate all of the new subs and the resubs, to be completely honest, everybody. Those of you that are just here viewing as well. Now, let's have a look and see what you guys are saying in the chat. McLaren of Force India, hello from Croatia, hello from England. Force India, Haas, Mercedes, McLaren of Force India, Toro Rosso. Now, over the over the summer break, in Formula 1, there was a few news items that went around with regards FIFA mode, with regards driver moves, driver transfers. Of course, Daniel Ricciardo is going to be going from Red Bull to Renault. We're going to be seeing Pierre Gasly step up from Toro Rosso into that Renault seat. Carlos Sainz is going from Renault to McLaren because Fernando Alonso is retiring from Formula 1 for the time being, initially, he says. Although Jenson Button said the same and probably won't be coming back. Thank you for the resub, Sarah. 16 months in a row. So, because it's Fernando Alonso's last season in Formula 1, I'm going to drive for McLaren and he will be my teammate. I will choose my teammate. I'm going to replace Stoffel Van Dorn. So, and Fernando Alonso will be my teammate. The red-haired, ginger-haired man will be driving the ginger-coloured car. But as always, is the case with all of my streams, full practice, full qualifying, and 100% races. Formation lap on. AI driver level, not easy. Thank you for the 38 months in a row from Stuart. Thank you, mate. Absolute hero. Now, last year, I started with 95 AI driver level. Cam Talbot with the 29 months in a row. It's all kicking off. So, AI driver level set to 95 is where we will start this year. We can, of course, adjust it in between weekends. I don't do every practice session, no, but just for OCD, I like to have full 100% sessions. Lennon Marks with a brand new Twitch subscription as well. Thank you, mate. Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. So they are going to be the settings with regards session length, full practice, full qualifying, full race distance. Going to be long streams. Flashbacks are on, park firmly rules are on, vehicle damage we shall have at full. There's an ice cream van outside. Safety car is on, rules and flags are on, corner cutting stringency will have set to regular, and race starts will have set to manual. Now with regards to assists, I've already customised these. Braking assist off, ABS on, traction control set to medium, corners only with regards to my racing line, which is 2D, automatic gearbox, pit assist off, pit release assist off, sorry, and ERS mode is set to... Now, I don't know how I'm going to adapt to the ERS mode. It says I can select manual or automatic. Now, I'm going to start with manual and we'll see how we go with it, because obviously I want to make it as realistic as possible. I'm driving with a controller, not using a driving wheel setup with pedals. I'm using a controller. Thank you for the brand new sub, Mr. Kappa. Welcome to the club. So we shall see how that goes, because of course with a controller, I obviously steer with my left thumb, and I'll have to be changing ERS modes fairly regularly with the D-pad. Now I'm not sure how well I'm going to get on with that with regards moving my thumb from the steering stick to the D-pad, so we'll have to wait and see. I may end up having to set it to automatic, but I want to start with manual. I want to try and do everything myself. As Villaboy says in the chat, ERS is very important. I have to make sure not to neglect it, and I'm going to have to be regularly altering my ERS move throughout every lap of every Grand Prix, as well as during practice and qualifying sessions as well, because of course there are even less amounts of components that you're allowed per year. It's one less on almost every single thing, if not two less on certain components throughout the year. But yes, 100% races. We'll start with AI driver level at 95 and see how we get on. Of course, we are going to have to bear in mind we're in one of the slower cars, so we're not going to be challenging for wins every race to start off with. But as I mentioned in the little update video I put going live, I plan on sticking with F1 this year. Obviously, last year and the year before, F1 game comes out. You know how much I love F1 and the game. I stream loads of it, and then FIFA comes out and I've ended up neglecting the game. I don't want that to happen this year. I'm going to make a concerted effort to continue with regular F1 streams even after FIFA 19 launch. At least twice a week, I'm hoping for, if not more. But we shall have to wait and see how that goes. But like I say, I'm going to make a concerted effort to do that this year. But we're going to head to Australia for our first Grand Prix, head into the first session. Obviously, we'll have to do the traditional meeting the press cutscene and meeting the staff cutscene, and then we can head in and see what everything looks like in the McLaren paddock. No FM. There'll be FM streams as well. I won't do it on set days, no, because things with personal life change, obviously. So, best thing to do is to follow the channel and follow me on Twitter, and then you'll be able to know exactly when I'm going to go live with streams.
Thanks for coming by. I'm sure you're very anxious to get out on track. It's taken a lot of effort to get to F1. Congratulations.
Thanks.
But the real
Took a lot of effort to download the game.
This is
Claire, motorsports journalist. Nice to meet you. You'll be seeing quite a lot of me throughout the season. So, you had a pretty impressive...
I'm sure a number of you have seen this cutscene
How are you
before.
feeling about your move into F1? Do you think you have what it takes?
Let's save the questions for a proper interview, shall we? I'm sure you'll have a lot more to talk about once there's been some action on track.
There will be some action
I
on
think
track
we could
very
fit you
soon.
in after FP1 if you're free.
That works for me. I'll grab you the second you finish on the track.
Remember, the relationship you have with the team can be affected by what you say to the media. So be careful.
I shall be.
Anyway, time to get Carl. He's waiting for you in the data center. Good luck out there today.
Thank you. Yeah, FIFA 18 career mode will be continuing until 19 comes out, boss. The
Welcome to the data center.
FIFA 18 Fulham career mode will continue. There's going to be another episode of it
car
tomorrow.
telemetry, weather, lap times, tyre wear, the list goes on. Plus, we've got a direct link back to the factory, so we're in constant communication with the team there. We need you to regularly feedback about areas of the car that are lacking.
Hosting 94 with the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you, mate. Welcome.
More effort here equals a quicker car, so it's well worth the effort. Good luck this season.
Oh. And make us look good at there.
Okay?
Ah. Nearly got it right. Yeah, Fulham career mode will continue, like I say.
Welcome to your new team. McLaren are one of the most successful teams in the sport, and they've reinvented themselves over the
Hey,
past 2
Fernando!
years.
Hey, mate.
They demand excellence from all areas of their organisation, and they'll expect you to integrate yourself and get up to speed from the first race.
Look around, so you can see all the telemetry here in the data center. I can hear multiple keyboards being pressed. Right, let's have a quick look at our workstation then. We've got 6 messages even to start us off. Zach Brown's welcoming us to the team. Hi Chris, welcome to the team. Between yourself and Fernando, I'm sure you can have a fantastic season. My door's always open if you need anything. Thank you, sir. Carl, the Australian guy that we've just met. As I mentioned before, keeping on top of research and development is critical to improving the car's performance, and being a slower car and a slower team, we will need to do that. You also need to actively manage the limited supply of gearboxes and power unit components throughout the season. We mentioned that as well. You can find detailed explanations of how to manage these areas via the pause menu. It's good. My contract at present is, as you can see on screen. Emma has listed it for me. Attached is a summary of your current contract terms. Make sure you pay close attention to qualifying and race objectives. Minimum qualifying position and minimum race position is 12th. Slightly higher than I thought it might be here at McLaren, although it is McLaren, so they are going to have quite high goals. Thank you for the sub, Bidabby, or Bedabby. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the crew. Team goal is easy. Driver status is second, obviously. I'm going to jump in and be first driver ahead of Fernando Alonso, am I? But on paper, we should be faster than Williams, Sauber, Toro Rosso, and maybe Force India. But we'll have to wait and see how things transpire when we actually get into the Grand Prix. A look at my latest team goals. As you can see, we have a target for the first 2 race weekends to score 10 Drivers' Championship points. And if I can do that, I'll get a bonus reward of 400 resource points, which will come in handy for upgrading the car. We have a weekend preview here from Carl. Obviously his home Grand Prix. We have 2 sets of soft tyres, 5 sets of supers and 6 sets of ultras. And then the weather forecast is sunny for qualifying and sunny and a little bit cloudy towards the end of the session for the race. So we should be not having to worry about the weather at all. It's going to be sunny for...
Here you can see the pertinent details about your current contract. On one side are the objectives and bonuses that we've negotiated with the team. On the other is information regarding how you're perceived throughout the paddock, your reputation with the current team, and your overall value to them, which is a combination of these elements.
Okay, so currently I don't have any contract perks. Contract is currently in process, and my reputation with the team is about 20%, you'd say, maybe that is. My value is worth more than my contract value currently, although that is obviously subject to change. We're currently very at the far left of the rookie veteran scale, and because we haven't done any press interviews yet, we're at the very middle of the sportsmanship showmanship scale. That will alter, of course, as we push through and respond to the press, and our answers given in the press will mean that we will either have a showmanship reputation or a sportsmanship reputation, and each team in the paddock will prefer one or the other. So if I might be great on track, but if I'm too showman-like, a top-end team that prefers a sportsman-like professional won't want to hire me, so my reputation with that team would be lower. As you can see, as we saw earlier on, expected qualifying and race positions are 12th on both. Currently the second driver, obviously, and the team goal scored 10 championship points in the opening 2 Grand Prix of the season, and the contract is currently in process. We have no race bonus, upgrade speed, simultaneous development, or pit stop efficiency bonuses or perks to our contract.
Winning rivalries is a great way to earn respect from your team and around the paddock, which will help make it easier to negotiate favourable contracts. Your first rival is always your teammate, but you can choose who to declare as your second. The harder the rival from the eligible selection, the more respect you stand to gain or lose depending on the result.
Okay, so I can choose my own rival. That's intriguing, because obviously having not driven yet, I'm not sure who will be fighting. But that's what my in-game character looks like, as you can see. And my helmet is there on the left. I'm driver number 21. Ordinarily, I'd go for driver number 28 because I was born on the 28th of the month. But 28 wasn't available, so I went with 21 instead. You can see all of my stats there are 0 because we haven't done anything yet. This is the R&D tree. You can see, yeah, it was Force India. On the right-hand side, you can see I might be in the way for some of them. Let me just quickly bring up OBS. No, I'm suitably out of the way. Thank you for the host. Williams are supposedly, on paper, the slowest team on the grid. Then Sauber, Toro Rosso, Force India, and then ourselves, with Ferrari slightly edging Mercedes, Red Bull, Renault, Haas, and then ourselves. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12th that's where the expectations come from. We are the 6th fastest team. Therefore, I should be finishing 12th or higher, in theory. We, as of yet, don't have any progress with our R&D, but we do have 1,800 points that we could potentially start to use immediately. We have 3 ICE units this year, just 2 MGUKs, 3 MGUHs, only 2 energy store units, 3 turbos, and 2 control electronic parts. So we're going to have to manage these very, very carefully throughout the course of the season. Gearbox, as you can see, I've got a practice gearbox and an event gearbox. So we'll use the practice gearbox for P1 and 2, and as you can see, active for P3 qualifying, and the race is the event gearbox. Currently got the practice gearbox selected, and tyre allocation, we saw that earlier on, 5 supers, 6 ultras, and 2 sets of softs. Initially, as you can see, they reckon the race is going to be a one-stop, either starting on the supers or the softs and switching to the other. But we'll have to wait and see. It depends how qualifying goes. But with regards to the R&D tree, we supposedly have the chassis is our strongest point of call with regards to the quality of our car. Chassis is the strongest element of our car. The aerodynamics next, and then the powertrain is supposedly the weakest part of our overall package. So with regards to the R&D tree, one would presume that we should concentrate on the powertrain first. Now, do you agree with that in the chat? Or do you think I should concentrate on durability, aerodynamics, or the chassis? I'm not sure where to... See, if I ask it to recommend an upgrade, it's going to...
I recommend we could go for something like this.
It recommends that we do the crankshaft. But if I use things like the extra efficiency here, the factory efficiency, it means that stuff will go onto the car quicker. But a number of you seem to be agreeing with the power unit. If I,
what do you think of this one?
Yeah. So I wasn't sure whether it only recommended powertrain because I was selected on powertrain, but it does immediately recommend that we do the crankshaft for extra engine power. That, as you can see on the right hand side here, would boost us from where the end of the orange bar is to where the pink marker is, which would almost immediately take us a lot closer to Renault. But as you can see, with regards the engine power, we're actually very low on the list. Sauber and Haas obviously have Ferrari engines, and McLaren have a Renault engine, which is why it's not that strong. So when it comes to power, we're actually quite down on power. So I reckon I will do
this is
one.
probably what I'd invest
But
in.
quality control, that obviously basically means it has a better chance of being successful in quality control, and it won't fail as often. But I don't know whether to use these yet, or to simply go straight for the upgrades themselves. Down with the tier 3 subscription, 16 months in a row. Thank you, mate. And I am well, thank you, my man. Very well indeed. Thank you very much for the subscription. The tier 3 specifically as well. That's incredible. So, where, just out of curiosity, where are we? So on chassis, we're actually midfield. We're actually above Haas on the chassis. We're actually the 5th. We supposedly have the 5th best chassis on the grid, and the 5th best aerodynamic setup on the grid as well. Durability-wise, durability is durability. We can't have better or worse durability than a number of other teams. It just depends on the individual components. But I am going to go with the powertrain. Now, like I say, do you think I should use the efficiency as well, or the quality control? Or should we concentrate on simply just the upgrades themselves? True, that's a very good point. I should wait until after the race because I haven't gotten discounts depending on what I say to the press. This is a good point. So maybe we should hold off on spending stuff. Might actually be a good marker just to see where the base car is in practice, and then we might have a better idea of where we need to improve. See how the car feels on track before we actually make any definitive decisions. So let's go straight to P1 and get cracking. Almost 600 people in here right now. Thank you very much for joining. Make sure you're following the channel if you aren't already to ensure that you don't miss out on any future streams. We are very nearly underway right now.
Welcome to our viewers from around the globe.
Hello.
You join us just as today's practice session for the Australian Grand Prix is about to start. Beside me to take you through free practice.
1,000 bits from Grayson. Thank you, mate. Glad to have you back on Twitch. Glad to be back on Twitch. 5 bits from Bacon Boss as well. Hi, Dad.
Thanks for joining us today, Anton.
Hey, bro.
Tell me, where should we be focusing our attention today?
I think we need to be looking across the entire
The drivers
field to
definitely
see
look
how
better
far
this
these
year than they
cars
did in
are able to
previous
push a
years.
single set of tyres. While
An
everyone
Arab-
has different setup
Arab
and
is a
different
mechanic.
fuel loads, if you're attentive enough,
Williams,
you can
apparently.
work out trends for each
There are a
type
few
of
people
tyre
from the
compound,
F1
which will give
community,
us a rough
YouTube
idea of how
community,
long the drivers are able to stay
that
up there during a
you'll
stint in the race.
recognise in the cutscenes. Arab's in there, X-Mate G's in there, Team McMardock Ben is in there as well. I was going to give me a garage tutorial, but we don't need a garage tutorial.
Morning, it's Jeff here.
Hey Jeff.
Forward to working with you as your
Miss
race
Jeff. Thank you for the
engineer.
50 bits, Ryan.
Hope you've had your coffee, because we have a lot of work to do today to get ready for the season ahead. We're ready to fire up the car. Why not head out, get a few early laps under your belt?
Bradford Tom with a brand new Tier 1 subscription. Welcome back to the club, mate. It's been more than a month since you subbed, but I haven't streamed for a month, so I can't blame you for not continuing. Oh, plus a little extra. Thank you for the 13 bits. Right, so session info. Let's have a look. I'm going to do these tasks, these practice programs to try and get some extra some extra resource points. In regards to tyre selection, we have that there. 17 months in a row from Metal. I've got a new job, so let the sub streak continue. Oh, congratulations on the new job, mate. Thank you for the continued sub streak.
We'll get good data for both the race and factory teams, so they're well worth running.
10 bits and HPS as well. Thank you, mate. Car setup. I'm not sure what to... Now, this is where I really struggle on F1 games, because I am terrible at setting up the car. I basically don't know what I'm doing with regards to car setup. I basically just tend to use the presets. That's where I'm going to need some recommendations from you guys. But let's start and just go out the... Let's start and just go and do the track acclimatization. We'll do it on the soft tyre that it recommends, and we'll just crack on. I'm familiar with the Australian track, so we'll just go out. Obviously, for Paul Ricard, I've never driven that track before in any game ever, I don't think, so I'm going to struggle there. I'm going to use the TV board cam. This is the one that I'm familiar with.
Right, try to nail as many corner gates as you can. The faster you get through each corner.
And then basically, what I'm going to need to do is just have a quick look at the stream in front of me and see where I need to position myself so I'm not in the way of... If I put myself there, so I'm not in the way of the graphics. So we'll do that. We'll just do that. This is literally just editing on the fly. Oh, it's pretty much where I need to be. Okay, that was good. And then the event list is just under the track. If you want me to move the event list, then, which is the thing on the left, then do let me know and I will do. I'm going to maybe move it a bit higher. This is literally my first time loading up the game, bro, so I can't say whether I recommend it or not, but on previous experience with F1 games, I'd say yes. I absolutely... What I've done. I did do DRS. It's weird. I definitely pressed Y in the section. Let me know what audio levels are like. If you need me to be louder or the game to be quieter. This is a bit, I always struggle with the controller. Full 10s, 11 and 12. I always found that 10, 13 a bit of a struggle as well, I'm not sure why. Bing.
Good work, you seem to have a solid...
Well, that was done. Game is a bit low.
Good work, you seem to have...
Okay. Turn the game volume up slightly, make it 55. We'll see if that makes a difference for you. How do I drive so smoothly with a controller? Practice. Difficulty set to 95. I can show you here. Race settings. There you go. Difficulty set to 95. And there are the rest of my race settings. And then my driver settings are, as you can see on screen. Now, you know what isn't a good sign? It didn't occur to me once to change the ERS. Return to garage. It didn't occur to me once to change the ERS on that lap. Doesn't necessarily bode well. It's going to take a lot of getting used to using the ERS system, isn't it? But that's the track acclimatization done.
Our best lap so far is a 1:28.4.
And we nailed that, so I'm very happy with that. do time management next. There we go out of flying lap. I won't be uploading highlights to YouTube, but I will be uploading the full stream onto my second channel. Now, I can't quite remember off the top of my head what the command in chat is for the second channel. Let's have a look. Oh, YouTube 2, there we go. That's where the streams will be going up in their entirety. Don't know why Star Wars is in my head. Time management is something I've never been very good at. We shall give it a go. Yeah, I might have to go and do the track acclimatization again. You know what, I'm going to start this lap again, or start this thing again, and I'm going to throw it immediately into Rich Rebs. Oh, I didn't see the KSI Logan fight.
This test is all about tyre management. Try to control the slip through each corner and take extra care putting the power down at the apex.
Doing alright on tyre work, we're not doing well on lap time at the minute. Hey, we did it. It's full length races, so it'll be, I think it's 58 laps in Australia, isn't it? Right, let me just try and do the. Let me just try and get. Let's just try and get purple for the track acclimatization. Thank you for the host. This isn't about lap time, is it? It's just literally, or is there a lap time? No,
Seems
literally
like
just a
we're a
lap
bit
time
slow
behind
in these
Paddock.
corners.
So we don't need to go for lap time. Oh, it's slightly slow, but I don't know. Thank you for the host. That's a good idea. Thank you for the sub. I'll check that in a moment. Foxy with 17 months in a row. Thank you, mate. Oi, oi. Ah, no. Oh, really no. Flashback. That's what happens when you lose your flow, isn't it?
Okay.
There we go. That's purple now. Just want to maximise the amount of resource points we can get from each one. Fuel management. That one. This one is definitely one I've never really been any good at all.
I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but
No.
we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program. Try to run it before the end of FP3 if you can.
I shall. I'd like to go to the British Grand Prix next year, yeah. This year was the first year in 3 I haven't been. You're in your 2nd season. Nice. How did you get on year 1? Who were you driving with?
In this program, we want you to focus on fuel-saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save as much as you can while keeping under the minimum lap time.
The medium traction control. I'm going to start that again. Oh, wait, I can't change the ERS, so...
We're testing fuel
Well, I
management
can't
here, so
I
try
can't
to
change
lift and
anything.
coast.
I didn't realise I couldn't change any of the parameters. Okay, well let's restart the session again. British Grand Prix was, well, last year, £240 I think it was, for the, did I just... I'm moron! I restarted session rather than restarting... Wait. I restarted session rather than restarting practice program. Well done, Chesnoid.
Okay,
At least we
don't
weren't
miss
too
a get
far
through
into it.
as many corner gates as quickly and precisely as possible.
Absolutely, yeah. Sometimes when you just he's not concentrating properly. Hopefully it's not going to take long.
What's your MFD for the activation point?
It's not going to take long to redo the 2 runs we did. We literally just need to do 2 flying laps. Alonso is my teammate. I've replaced Stoffel Van Dorn. Obviously, his future in F1 is in question at the minute, as it is. That was rubbish. Sheboygan. Return to garage.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute.
Paul Ricard is fun to race, is it? That's good news. You remember my 2015 career on YouTube? I was with Nico, wasn't it? No, I did that with Nico Hulkenberg. Nico Hulkenberg in 2015.
We need to be sure you can manage
And
the
he's on with
tyres
Kimmy as well.
So try to keep the wear down through each corner. Be especially careful accelerating on corner exit.
Too many things to look at on screen. Get his lap time back, shall we? Green, not purple. I'm happy to continue with that. Your career mode is with Haas. You've already nearly caught up to Red Bull by Hungary. Jeeps. Got some good progression going in there. Highlights won't go on YouTube, Ben. No, the full stream will go onto my second channel. With McLaren, you feel like their lack of downforce is a problem.
In this program, we want you to focus on fuel-saving technique. Lift and coast through corner entry to save as much as you can while keeping under the minimum lap time.
What about this lap time a minute? Oh baby, we got it. Right, ERS management. This is completely new to me. ERS is going to take a lot of practice and a lot of getting used to, I think. This is completely new to me, ERS management.
In this program, we're looking at ERS management. This is all about managing your battery efficiently through the lap to hit your target time. The ERS deployment settings can be adjusted on the MFD.
How did I just lose? Did it just drop? No, not restart session. Oh, restart practice program.
This is the ERS management test. Hit the target time whilst managing your battery charge.
Oh, I can really feel the difference.
The higher you will score. Remember that you can change your ERS deployment settings via the MFD.
When you're in low, you can really feel the car be held back. Feeling ERS management could be an issue for me. Would I, out of curiosity, how could I do this better? Have any of you got any suggestions for ERS management? Hey Gregory. Yeah, I may have to put it into auto. Driving on a controller. I'm curious, if I leave it in low, not low, if I put it into like high and go for pure lap time, if I put it in low, like, and get a really good, if I get a really brain, if I get a really good lap time under my belt, and then just put it in low for like the last couple of sectors.
In this program, we're looking at ERS management.
Last
This is all
couple
about
of corners
managing your
even.
battery efficiently through the lap to hit your target time. The ERS deployment settings can be adjusted on the
Yeah, I know. Overtake is better than hot lap on straights. I think I might have to put it to auto on the controller, but just out of curiosity to try and pass this test, I'm going to try something. I'm just going to try and go for pure lap time, get as far ahead on the target time as possible, and then just throw it into low for the last sector and see if I can bring the bar back up. It might be a complete no. See, I'm almost completely out of battery really. I think I'm just going to put ERS management into auto because it's just going to be too much for me on the controller, I think. Still not 100%, Matt, but I'm getting there. I have to make an insane amount of ERS changes, but it makes it harder with the interface they give you. Just leave it on auto. Yeah, I might have to just leave it on auto, you know. Assists, ERS mode, auto. Out of curiosity, does that remove the ERS management thing? It doesn't remove the...
I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program.
But
try to run it before the
the
end of
auto is
FP3
so bad.
if you can.
Well, at the minute, I'm just like... Maybe I can have it on... Let's put it in manual and just see how I go. I obviously can't. I'll just not do the ERS management. What do you call it? Practice program. Because I didn't feel too bad. At managing it. It's just sometimes I'm gonna have to not use it. Qualifying pace. We'll see. I didn't think I could do the ERS thing on auto. I didn't think I wasn't under the impression that I could have it set to auto and then do the ERS management. I presumed that it would then default to manual. I'm just not sure how it's gonna affect. Like, I'm obviously just not gonna be any good at using the thing. Yeah, I think I could do a scenario upgrade as well, to be fair. So in theory, I should just be in. Should I just be in hot lap? Should I just be in hot lap for the whole lap for this one? This is the learning curve, man. This is what it's all about.
Don't worry about tyres, just give it everything.
ERS is crucial in this game, and don't worry about not being good at it if that's what you're worried about. The game is literally just come out, everyone is learning. Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. It's just not being very good at it. With a controller as well, specifically. Probably let's hop that over all the way, okay. The change in traction.
Okay, this is a quali sim.
It's going to take some getting used to with hot lap.
Will be doing, so that's what we need to beat.
I've got traction control set to medium, and in hot lap, holy moly. I was saying overtake's better for long straights in 7th and 8th gear. Yeah, we'll just leave it like that. Watch me while on holiday in Mexico. Enjoy your holiday, bro. You don't need to watch me while you're on holiday. You're in Mexico, bro. Go and do Mexican things. It's up to you. Welcome. Excuse me, Roman. Well, that's going to affect the whole lap, isn't it? I'll get past him and then we'll just... Oh, now you go super slow. Cheers, pal. We'll have to go for it on lap 2. No. Run was interrupted by a Frenchman in an American car. Thank you for the bits, Callum. I'm alright, thank you, mate. How are you? The aero in this McLaren is awful. Oh yeah, I won't have ERS for lap 2. Alright, I'll have to go for it in lap 3. I'll save my battery for a lap.
We're down on our target times. Let's try to find a bit more.
Still trying to figure out how it works, because my battery's going, that blue bar is going down, despite the fact I'm still harvesting. Oh, I can set it to none. AK-34. I'm racing with a pad. Probably tell by the erratic driving. Go.
Final lap. This is the final lap of the program.
Oh, I need the line quick. I'm not going to make it. The game's brand new. So it's at full retail price at the minute. time, hopefully.
Don't worry about tyres, just give it everything. In this test, we want to make sure we can lap close to our rival's pace.
This time we won't catch Grosjean, hopefully. I can actually just get a clean lap in. I'm going to try and manage my ERS, then if I have to put it in auto I can just change it mid-session, can't I? Just change it to automatic during the race and not worry about it during qualifying. Okay. There you go, you're done. I'm good, thank you, my life. How are you? Traction control is set to medium. Race strategy.
Our best lap so far is a
Good cars tyre where fuel is to manage
1:24.9.
personalised race strategy. Okay. Fill it up with 2 different car setups. Okay, well, let's alter this setup slightly then. Can't remember how to. There we go, it's in here, isn't it? Let's do one with that. Race strategy.
We'll make the changes you requested.
ERS management one is so difficult, CJ, on a controller. I tried to do it and just sucked hard. It was practically pointless me doing it. You can really feel the difference between.
Give us some consistent laps, please. We're looking for good data that we can work into the race strategy.
Oh, traction control. Set it to 1 or 0 throughout the whole lap. Like, it was impossible for me. It just went into, like, I couldn't get the lap time in 1 or 0. I was like 2 seconds off the pace needed. This one looks like we could just do it in, well, hopefully I can just do it in medium and standard. So this is the next model, I think. Difficulty set to 95, Siege. Cheers, fuck's sake. too slow to there. Too heavy-footed at the minute with the medium traction.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
Gearbox is set to auto, yeah. I've never enjoyed changing gear on a controller. My brain just doesn't, like, pressing a button to change gear, my brain just doesn't work that fast, work that way. Paddle, yeah, but especially if I was changing gear manually and altering ERS manually as well, like it would be impossible. I don't have enough thumbs. I don't have enough digits. Horrible exit. Will's too physical for me.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
A wheel is too physical for my medical condition. Difficulty set to 95.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 24.9.
Oh my god. I need an optimal second sector in the qualifying pace. No. What the time is looking like? I'm currently P2 on ultras. Let's just end the session, shall we?
An interesting practice session there then. Let's
P2.
remind ourselves of the top three, who are Vettel, Wood,
Although
and
to be fair,
Valtteri
Fernando
Bottas.
was there
That's
as well.
it for practice then. We'll
Cat's good, thank you, mate.
Good day today. Tell us about it from your perspective.
Uh,
It's been a lot of hard work, but here you are making your debut in Formula One. You must be thrilled.
this is just the beginning of my journey, I believe, for me.
So how are you finding things at the team?
We don't go
Are
into
you settling in?
Relying on them to guide me, I think, is how I'm going to answer that one.
What are you expecting out of this season? Are you just aiming to find your feet in Formula One, or do you see something more?
That one. It's quite, that's tough
Great.
to
Well,
read
that's
them all
everything.
and respond at the same time. The AI improved from practice qualifying in terms of time. Is, yeah, I presumed that they would, and I was on ultras, and they were on, and some of the other cars around me were on supers. Just get more thumbs. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. I could do with some more fingers. So my reputation with McLaren has improved. More so with Force India and Williams and Haas and Toro Rosso. Basically, my reputation with every team has gone up. And judging by the looks of things, my reputation with every team has gone up more so than it has done with my current team. Which is good.
Welcome to your new team. McLaren are one of the most successful teams in the sport, and they've reinvented themselves over the past few years.
Yeah.
They demand excellence from all areas of their organisation, and they'll expect you to integrate yourself and get up to speed from the first race. Here you can see the pertinent details about your current contract. On one side are the objectives and bonuses that we've negotiated.
So what should I do?
On the other is information regarding how you're perceived throughout the paddock, your reputation with the current team, and your overall value to them, which is a combination of these elements.
So I've got 2,135. Let's do quali first before I think about upgrading. So I want a true representation of where my pace is. I might even wait until after the race, to be fair. I've got 5 messages though. Indications from testing says car has decent pace, but I expect it to be somewhere around the middle of the field. Over the course of the season, I want us to be best of the rest and even start challenging the front runners. We'll see. Do your best out there today. Really want to secure a good spot on the grid. Remember though, Fernando is the main target. He's the first rival you'll be judged against. Weather is super sunny all the time. A few tricky spots in the circuit in particular. Be careful of turns 5 and 9. The curbs are high, and if you take too much, you'll spin right off the track. Also keep in mind the slow speed limit in the pit lane here, more so than a lot of other circuits. Finally, don't cut turn 12 too much. That's the fast right at the end of the high speed chicane. There's times to be found if you keep your foot in, but first it's easy to unsettle the car, and second it's easy to get a penalty. Okay, and participation. Okay, well, I mean, I would have only gotten 10 points from participating in practice 2 and 3 anyway, because I did those sessions in the other one. I did the programs in the other one anyway. Don't wait till after the race. The upgrades will take 1 week. Won't be ready for Bahrain. Okay. I'll do the upgrades after quali then.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix should be getting underway shortly.
Right, I'll go out and do a lap, and then we can. I might as well just go out straight away. Setup wise, I'm not going to change anything. Let's just go to the track. Park friendly rules, sure. Really caught the curb there. See, in previous years, I've always had traction set to full. This is actually the first time I've raced on these early circuits with my traction set to anything other than full. I'm on medium at the minute, so I'm almost having to relearn the track, even though it's a track I'm super familiar with. I'm having to relearn how to drive it. Try to use the ERS mode when in 6th gear on the straight will actually make you go slightly faster. Okay. Well. Turn to garage. Where are we? Brrr. Currently slowest of everyone. Superb, wonderful, great.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1:25.1.
Okay. Accelerate time a little bit. Charles Leclerc slightly faster than me. Alonso faster than the Williams at least. Only a couple of tenths off Alonso. For the minute it looks like it's... Oh, he says as Alonso goes and puts in a 24.2. 24.2? Where should I find that from? Right, I'm going to go out... I'm going to have to put a fresh set on. I'm just going to put a fresh set on. Oh my god. Getting used to having medium traction, not full traction, is genuinely becoming quite a struggle. I was having to think about line and DRS mode and everything as well. Personal best first set.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Okay.
Your last lap put you into P10. You're currently in P10.
You have no traction control. Do you use no traction control, CJ? No, I'm going to use miles per hour. Sorry, Deuter. I genuinely wouldn't be able to do anything with no traction control. I'm 2 tenths behind Fernando. No traction control for me would be an absolute nightmare. I just hit every barrier. I'll do open lobbies, yes, Kyle. Question is, do I go out again? I shouldn't have to, I don't think. Where did we finish? We finished P10. Okay, that's all right. I'm happy with that. Actually, very happy with the P10, to be completely honest. In Q1. So we'll head to Q2. I am going to have to take a quick toilet break. I've already drank like 3/4 of a bottle of water. So I'll run a quick ad break and then we shall continue on with the next part of Quali. BRB. I could put this fuel in, yeah, but I think we're doing okay at the minute. I can't talk about FIFA 19 career mode. Right. So I'm running out of ultras now. Right. I don't think I'm going to get into. I don't think I'm going to get into Q3, to be honest. I might go and do a cycle lap on the supers, and then use the ultras at the end of the session, maybe, or should I just go and use one of these older sets of ultras? Oh me. Her wings at 4.6. It's a bit late to change rear wing, but I can change my wings set to 4.4 at the minute.
There's only a few cars out on track. We should consider getting out there.
I don't know what set of tyres to go for. Save my ultras. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing. But I am less aggressive on my 6 car. It's the oversteer, the less traction that's making me look more jerky than my normal stable self. No, I won't get through on supers. But I'm probably not going to get through on ultras either, so it's not going to make much difference, is it? I'll go out on a pair of used ultras and then use the other ultras. Oh, I'm too busy trying to change all the... I haven't got enough fingers to change all the buttons I need to change. Bless me. Not having the traction is... Set ERS to auto, it will make minimal difference to lap time. Will it actually though? Will it genuinely only make a minimal difference to my lap time, or am I going to be considerably slower? If ERS set to auto doesn't make much of a difference, then I'll change it to auto. It's the traction control that I'm struggling with a minute. I'm so used to just nailing the throttle out of certain corners because I've got full traction control on. Taking a lot of adjusting. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm having to concentrate on my throttle application a lot of the time. No, automatic gears. 25 flat is slow, but it is just a slight lap. It's just a slight lap on old tyres. We'll return to the garage.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 25.0.
What's Fernando done? A 24.9, but he'll go a lot quicker than that. Right, I'm gonna... Actually, let's wait until the end of the session. Until the track's at its best. If I back out, does time reset? It does, okay. Go up with 4 minutes left. No, the cars might not be good enough for top 10, but I might be able to get like 12th rather than 15th.
2 minutes remaining in the session. We need a good lap here, or we're out of qualifying.
Bear in mind, my team objective is to finish 12th or higher. That's what I'm thinking of right now. I'm thinking team objective. doing that with the curbs, Tiz. Thank you for the host. Bang. Oh, hello, P8. That'll do. Tar very much. Sands Garage. We just slapped it P8. Fernando did a 24.5. Fernando was quicker than that in Q1. Okay, we made it into Q3. That was unexpected. That was very unexpected. How on earth did I do that? Well, we get an extra free set of tyres basically now, don't we? So might just wait, because I'm going to start the race on these. It's going to be a one stop, so 14 months in a row for Tottenham fan 13. Thank you very much. Nice to see Ches live. Nice to see live Ches continue. It's nice to be live again. We'll be seeing a lot more of me this year, hopefully. Right, well, here goes nothing. Difficulty set to 95, Beans. I definitely want to move to a bigger team later on, Luke, yeah. This is a horrible lap so far. Very horrible lap. What did I do in... I'm just going to restart the session. Got to restart Q3, won't it? Panic for a minute, let me restart all the qualifying. Brandon with a tier 1 sub, thank you mate, welcome back. I'm just thinking, better get out of Q2 and for 12th tyre choice unless you better. So, yeah, well, we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? What did I do in Q2? It was 124.1, wasn't it? It's like got 124.19, but it's 124.1. Thank you for the subscription. Read it at the moment. A little bit busy on my final qualifying lap. K-Mag's still got 23.8. I'm not going to get 23.8, so I'm definitely going to be behind the pass, I think. Let's see. Finish. Rick for 23.5. I expect track evolution to come into effect towards the end of the session, but I don't think I've got the tyres for it. 24.1, that's basically the same lap, maybe slightly faster than I put in Q2. And the sub was, oh, it's Kiz. Thank you, mate. Welcome to the sub Fabula. You should be spending your money on your mortgage, not on me, bro. Thank you, mate.
Our best lap so far is a 1:24.1.
My tyres are messed up for the race. Well, I didn't have much choice, did I? You're lurking. I need a bottle of water. Where are we on the... Oh, on P8 at the minute. A little bit faster than Renault. Well, Max is going to go quicker, isn't he? So that's a given. I don't really have a favourite driver in F1. I just like the sport. Mixed with a 16 months of tier 2 subscription. Thank you, my man. It's the only run I'm going to put in. I've not got the tyres. I don't have the tyre options to be able to do more.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying,
Matt,
here's
why
a
did
look at
Max
your
not
top
go out
three.
again?
Vettel, Bottas, and Lewis Hamilton. Goodbye for now then, but we're really just getting started. Make sure to join us again.
Why did
for
Max not
Lights
go out again?
tomorrow.
We were, well, to be fair, Carlos Sainz only went 500ths faster than us. I'm very happy with the P9 though. Very happy to qualify P9. I might up this difficulty slightly. We'll see how it goes in the race. Because one would presume that Fernando Alonso would be faster than me. We just have to wait and see. I don't have a rival yet. When do I get to select a rival? What's the point? I want to do some upgrades, don't I? Reputation's going up again. Reputation hasn't gone up at all with Ferrari or Renault, though.
Well done.
Thanks.
Very solid results. You're looking good for the race.
Right, so it's going to get cooler towards the end of the race, but that shouldn't be a problem. Right, it's got to be powertrain, hasn't it? Fernando has never been a good qualifier. Wait for the race. Okay. Right, we will do the powertrain though. That's 500. It's going to take 2 weeks. I've still got 1800 left. I could use the factory efficiency or the quality control. No,
I recommend we could go for something like
that's
this.
recommending aero. Front wing. I would like some more front wing. Do you reckon I should just, because I don't really know what I'm doing when it comes to development, I should just do the recommended one each time? Or should I try and forge my own path? I mean, I would, like I say, I would like a more bitier front wing, so to speak. What does it recommend now? No recommended upgrades. I reckon I should keep hold of my points. The guy sounds like Dan Mace. Dan Mace is South African. The voiceover guy is Australian. Brew. Most time they fail, do more than one. Okay. Well, I could do the quality control to make sure they don't fail. Do gearbox durability, because gearboxes wear a lot. I mean, the only durability I can do at the minute is the general wear one. And then gearbox is another 500. I could do both. If I crashed, would I restart? Depends how far in the race I am. Obviously, doing 100% races, if I'm like an hour and 20 minutes into 100% race, I'm not going to restart. Do the general one, helps a lot with the engine. Well, yeah, I'm gonna have to do that one to do any of the others. Gearbox is 530. I see turbo. Let me have a look at what is wear looking like. 4%, 4% on everything, 4% on the gearbox, 2% on the event gearbox for quali. And you allowed one gearbox or two gearboxes all year. Just got taxed on my Fulham shirt. Should get the general wear by Bahrain. I don't really need to do chassis yet. Chassis was our best thing, wasn't it? Chassis is our best. What I might do is the quality control on the power stuff, just to make sure that considering that's our weaker area, I'd rather that always, or we stand a better chance of that not failing, that passing the test. Right, so I could simulate the race. No. Let's advance, and then I'll tweet the stream out. Oh. Clicked on the wrong thing.
Now they always say congratulations. Work so hard, forgot how to vacation.
New drivers, new cars, and a new Formula One season. But it's the same Albert Park that we've come to know and
I think
love
I refreshed my stream just as the sub came in. It's not listed in my chat. It's tier 2 for 60 months from Nick. Just come back from recording my own career mode episode. Been a good 60 months. See some anymore. Oh, also you're using the same team as me. Oh, nice.
So here we are at
Thank you for the
Albert
resub,
Park
Nick.
Circuit. 3.3 miles of public roads, closed for the weekend, of course, make for a bumpy surface with little undulation. There are 16 corners around the lake, with the best passing opportunities coming at turn 1 and turn 3.
I've no idea how this race is going to go. None whatsoever. Keep an eye out for Arav or ex-Matty G or
We're
team at
almost ready
Marduk.
to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Raikkonen, Daniel Ricciardo, and Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Sainz, Wood, and Max Verstappen.
Wood
Grosjean,
and Max
Perez,
Verstappen. So I've got
Fernando
Grosjean right behind me
Alonso,
and Max
and
alongside me.
Ocon,
Max is just going to
Gasly,
disappear.
Leclerc,
I'm surprised Fernando was so
and
slow.
Sergei Sorokin, Ericsson, and Brendan Hartley rounds off the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to the track.
That's radio actually.
Okay, we qualified higher than we were anticipating. Let's see if we can do just as well in the race.
Race strategy. Personalised. Huh. My tyre wear is terrible, basically. My personalised strategy actually is 12 seconds slower for a 2-stop. I've got no choice but to go for a 2-stop. It's 58 laps, isn't it? But the most I can carry is 56.9 laps worth, so fuel is going to be an issue. I'm going to have to manage fuel. I mean, we'll go with a personalised 2, but cool, it's going to be difficult. Can I edit it slightly? Maximum tyre wear 70%. That's going to be a lot. Garembo with a brand new Twitch Prime subscription. Thank you, mate. Ultra soft, super soft. I was literally just about to say maybe I should try and throw a soft in there somewhere. Yeah, I could use softs in the middle. I surely couldn't. I surely couldn't make the soft and do a 1-stop. There's no way I could make a 1-stop last. I couldn't. I just couldn't. If I was starting on fresh, yeah, there's no way. If I was starting on fresh supers, sorry, fresh ultras, then maybe I could contemplate it because they'd go a little bit further, but I don't think so. Abby and Glint with the Twitch Prime subscription, thank you. No, I couldn't do ultra. I wouldn't make ultras supers last. I'm gonna have to stick with the default strategy, I think. Pardon me. I'm gonna have to do ultras, my worn ultras, supers. Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Are we ready? Good, let's go. Oh boy.
Put the clutch in. Clutch out, we're green. Our system checks are good. We need to stay in formation and start bringing the car up to temperature, please. Get some load into the tyres and work the brakes. We want them nice and warm by the end of the lap.
You know what? I'm going to put ERS mode into automatic and see how I get on. A track that I know and a track that we'll see how competitive we are. ERS can be quite a handful, especially in long races. Like, I know, right? That's what I'm just worried about, like not using it properly and it heavily affecting my race. Like, if I don't have to worry about it in an hour and 30-minute race, I only have to worry about fuel, then it's just gonna make it so much easier for me. If I was using a wheel, then I'd consider it because it would be easier to manage. But on a controller, I just don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be worth it. I'm driving for McLaren. It's the orange car. Yeah, I'm expecting the McLaren to be slow in a straight line.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch.
Right, decent start actually. Bad start at all. Try and go around the outside the run. That's not going to work. I've just got to keep the Red Bull behind me. Lunge contact, but we're all right. P8. Oh, the track. See, this is what I'm struggling with more so than anything else. This is the first year I've not used full traction control. I did medium. I used medium on Baku. I changed it part way through last year. I did medium at Baku and medium in the UK with the British Grand Prix.
Okay, that's a good start.
But I haven't driven this circuit enough, evidently, to get used to driving it in medium. And the curves are really spewing me off. It might be a genuine design change. Like the curves might just be more aggressive this year. 2018's game. I think the curves are going to be quite aggressive. I don't think I'm driving too different. I'm just gonna have to completely relearn how I drive each track, how I apply the throttle. There goes Max. It's not Max, it's Carlos. Here comes. What's Grows on in P10 at the minute? So much to think about. Yeah, ABS is on medium traction control. I normally have ABS on full traction control, but last year we found like an extra half second of pace by switching it to medium, and I just got to get back into the swing of being so careful with the throttle pedal. It's just going to be practice, that's all. I'm hoping I can be relatively successful at McLaren before moving on. I did think about starting further down the order. with regards to quality of team. So it's more of a journey, so to speak, from the back to the front. But I didn't really want to be racing for points straight from the off. I didn't think McLaren would be where they are, basically. I thought it'd be like McLaren in real life. McLaren, with regards to teams like Toro Rosso and Sauber, are actually quite competitive.
You are derating. Lower the ERS deployment mode before you hit your deployment limit. DRS is being...
Yeah, ABS. I can't not use ABS with a controller. I didn't have it on when I used the game at Gamescom. First time I ever... Basically, I played the game at Gamescom once with a wheel and pedal set up, and I did nothing but lock up. I did nothing but lock up. So I think I'm going to have to use ABS. Depending on how we get on with overall race pace and race result, I might alter the difficulty accordingly. Or I might just be doing okay here because it's a track that I know about. Like Bahrain, I might be slower again. Find out in due course. Why would I do 58 laps on a pad? Because I find it fun. I've always driven with a controller, and I've always done 100% races. Past Carlos thanks to DRS. Just to rub salt in the wounds. Got DRS to get away from him as well. It's always the same parts of the track that I brought up with regards to traction control as well. Yellow flag ahead. It's a Force India going slowly. Why is the Force India going slowly? Oh, has that happened on the previous lap? That's happened on the previous lap. Has he got a puncture? Oh, he's got a puncture. Alright, so he got a puncture on the last lap. And he's still going. He's got a rear left puncture. Oh, that was dangerous. And he's still going. What do I think of GT Sport? I've never really watched any GT racing, to be honest. He's going to be parked right at the bloody apex, isn't he? Thank you, Sergio.
The track is clear.
Might even cause more accidents, to be honest. wanting to stop lap 12, is it? I'm put window 12 to 18. I'm starting to get a gaggle of cars behind me now, though.
Gap to car in front is 2.8 seconds.
Sandwich between the runners at the minute. I can't catch Nico, but I'm pulling away from Carlos.
Our gap to first place is 12.7 seconds.
Pretty much drinking. I think I'm really going to struggle with rear tyre wear on this game. Carlos is still loitering. Fernando's caught up to the back of this pack now. So busy looking at the bloody mini-map. The curbs are evil this year. Struggling with the medium traction control.
We're happy with the current tyre condition. They should last a while yet, so don't worry about them.
I have unlimited flashbacks.
We're leading our teammate by 2.7 seconds.
Rear tyres are like just giving up me already. I'm only 7 laps in. Lap 12 is when my first pit stop is.
The gap to the car ahead is 4.3 seconds.
It's those two corners, like 11 and 12. It's just I've got no grip. Whether it's my driving or because I'm driving with a controller, I'm just bad. But whenever I turn in here and try and just keep the throttle down, it just does that every time. I'm on Xbox One. Cheers, mate. I mean, you drove into me, so... Oh my god. I'm struggling to get used to all of it in a race situation. It's alright. It's all part of the learning curve. Half of it's not even a learning curve, it's a getting back into the swing of it curve. See, there are corners that I'm used to taking flat with full traction that I'm slowing off a little bit for, but I'm not used to slowing off a little bit for, so I feel like I'm really slow. But my brain forgets that the AI has to do that too, so I'm actually not super slow when I ease off the throttle in certain areas. Here I'm really slow because, well, I'm just always really slow here. Carlos will get me now. I'm going to have to go to fancy. No.
Is 6.7 seconds.
I don't know what my local F1 team would be living where I do. Probably Force India at Silverstone, to be honest. I play with the controller. Probably tell just from the erratic driving style. It's with the controller. Carlos is in the pits, as are Bottas and Ricardo. Max is up to P7. No, I've got no grip.
Okay, gap ahead is 7.9 seconds.
Oh, let's put these guys on. getting better with the medium traction. But I'm still really rubbish. Max might have a look there.
Hulkenberg is stopping now.
As well. Hello, Max. How are you? Give me some traction, please. He's gone. Oh, he gave me a little nudge on the way round though. And there goes K-Mag. It's not K-Mag, it's Grosjean. Grosjean's gone for 2, and there's Alonso. Everyone's at it. Sorry, Fernando. I know you're my teammate and everything, but no. I've not even got the... I've just got no grip. Really having to relearn everything here. You're watching a man play a game he's used to playing in a certain way, playing it in a different way, and not being very good at playing it in that different way. I think maybe I'm just trying to turn too sharply through 12. I should let the car drift wide a little bit more.
So push now.
Try not to hit my teammate.
Okay, we can take you this lap. Okay, the gap behind is 1.6 seconds.
Yeah, I'm still adjusting to
Remember, box this lap. Keep
easing
an
the
eye on
power
the
into the
distance to
medium
the speed
traction.
limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't.
Shit. Nick, you said take more of that curb. I just did, and it threw me straight out. You need to either avoid the curbs at all costs or eat them. There's no...
Pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit will be penalised.
I even touched curb there. I'm just turning too hard with too much throttle. I'm throwing the car around too much. Eventually, I'll get this. Oh, what's wrong with me? Lewis is with a massive locker running outside of me. I'm just far too heavy-footed, heavy-fingered.
There's a huge amount of time to be won and lost in the pits, but ensure that you don't get too greedy as you approach the pit lane speed limit line. On the approach,
it is kind of cheating with flashbacks. It's also a video game,
and your distance to the limit line.
so it doesn't matter.
If you cross this threshold too fast, you'll be given a speeding penalty, so be careful. There are valuable tenths to be won by getting it right though, so leave your braking as late as you dare.
And my fuel's fine.
Exit now. Only one stop to go. One stop left
But
in this
now the car
strategy.
will feel like it's on rails, probably. I might need to run it lean a little bit in this middle stint. What am I aiming for? Pit-wise? Yeah, the traction control thing is genuinely a learning curve. But it's a learning curve I want to learn because I'm genuinely faster. With, like, being on medium, when you don't mess it up, it's just so much faster. You're going to go defensive, okay. So these tyres have got to last me 20 laps, basically. 22 laps, 23 laps. What my grosjean in front of me.
Front is 6.9 seconds.
So I actually didn't lose too much in the pit stop. Just did not catch grosjean. I might struggle so much with the traction control that I end up putting it back on full, but I'd really like to learn. It genuinely makes me faster. I'm so used to taking curves. The track that I knew how to drive for 15 years, I now have to drive differently, and it's a bit different. It's kind of hard to relearn on the job at race pace in front of like 400 people. I'm gonna look worse than I normally am. Medium traction control, swimming pool section at Monaco. Monaco is going to be a nightmare. I'm bad enough at Monaco as it is with full traction control, let alone with medium. I need to stop catching that inside curve. As well, I'd like to think by the time I get to Monaco I might be better with the traction control. see, won't we? Yeah, I just have to cut 10 and 12 basically to avoid really spinning out. Down we go. Oh, fuck life. I ran too wide here and then just completely balls me. You're just going to have to put up with me through this learning phase, basically. Sorry.
Sorokin is in the pits.
I will, over time, get better at having less traction control, but for the time being, you're going to have to put up with me using lots of flashbacks and spinning out lots. But hopefully by doing it all publicly, you'll be able to see my progression, in theory. Be able to see my progression, and then when I am getting it right, you guys will feel just as rewarded as I do. I've not touched any curbs the past few corners. Just I hate this one. Just hate it. I don't have time to practice off stream, to be completely honest. Any time spent off stream is either recording FIFA content or socialising with either friends or my girlfriend. I don't have time to just sit and spend practicing a video game at the minute, unfortunately. Someone's
Yellow flag.
Grosjean's engine's gone. Well, that helps. Thanks, mate. I don't have to catch him if his engine blows up right in front of me, do I? Romain Grosjean out the Grand Prix. Now 8.1 seconds behind the current front, but current front. Thank you for the brand new Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the team. Up to 71 subs again now. From 57, I think, is where we started. I'm obviously not going to catch Max, but I'm intrigued to see where Fernando's going to come out when he pits. So that's the way I'm going to have to take that corner. It's the only way I'm going to be able to do it without. Well, Fernando's around there then. So Fernando must have pit and he's just that far ahead of me, surely. I'll ask my engineer when I'm on the straight. Where's the teammate?
Fernando is P7 at the moment. We're trailing our teammate by 17.0
No, I couldn't have lost 17 seconds on him, sure.
The time last lap was a 1 minute 29.5. The gap behind us is 3.6 seconds.
Right, I'm going to keep an eye on that gap behind, 2.6 to Ericsson. If I can maintain that or improve upon it, then I know I'm doing something right. I took it too much then. I'm overthinking that now. AI difficulty set to 95. I'm not sure whether it's the right decision or wrong decision to up it or down it. Well, not down it, but to up it or not yet. At the minute, I don't think so until I get better with the traction control. Otherwise, I'll.
The gap to the car ahead is 9.6 seconds.
Otherwise, I'll just end up getting fired by McLaren. Some apexes in the game that are now different to 2017. Some will certainly feel different, yeah. Gabs Ericsson's up to 3.9 now, that's a good sign. They're actually extending it over the Sauber. They're slightly more confident. I just need to get better at driving on old tyres. 9.4 to Carlos. The Renault's just quicker, but you would expect the Renault to be quicker. Actually 4.3 now, though he is defending from his teammate. So we'll slow him down.
is 9.9 seconds.
So I lost half a second to Carlos in that lap. Yeah, curves are, certain curves are definitely more aggressive. I'm taking that one better now. Still suck at 11 and 12, but taking something on as well. Definitely pulling a gap on the Sauber, so this is good. I just can't catch the Renault. Or my teammate for that matter. not sure Fernando's pit, you know. I don't think Alonso's pit yet. I think Alonso's holding up Verstappen and I'm not sure who else is the other car winning, to be honest. He's got Verstappen right behind him and another car in the mix as well. I'm not sure who the white dot is.
Okay, gap ahead is 12.0 seconds.
The game would have told me if Fernando was hit, wouldn't it? So you can't have. Struggling with my rears again in the
gap to the car behind is 4.3
struggling
seconds.
with my rears again at the end of this stint. A real bad. I'm number 21. Yeah. I wanted to run 28, but it's not available. Leclerc's passed his teammate. I don't know whether it's because Ericsson's pit or he's just overtaking. It looks as if Ericsson's pit. And there you go, Alonso's in the pits now.
Fernando's in the pits.
Coming up the pits now. Thank you for the bits. Leclerc is definitely catching me as well. He's quicker than Ericsson was. Two. Yeah, Charles is.
Leclerc behind. Our gap behind is 2.9 seconds. They're on seconds.
And I'm on supers and Leclerc's on ultras. That's definitely going to have a part to play in the gap closing. He's on a faster tyre. I just have to hope that his wear out is sharpish. He really is reading me in mode 2.4, like 6 tenths. That's when he was 2 laps ago. Curve there, and I didn't want to. That was me looking at the chat. Straight up didn't look for my braking zone. Sorry to hear some bad news, Super Yoshi. Hope everything's alright, mate.
The gap to the car ahead is 14.9 seconds. Okay, the gap.
Thank you for the resub, Reese. 26 months in a row. Wagwan, how's it going? Strugs, mate. Strugs. I'm driving with medium traction control for the first time on this track, and I'm not very good with it yet. I think it's going to take a few races to fully adjust. Thank you for the bits. Recently watched one of your older videos and noticed how much weight you lost. You look really good, man. Oh, thank you, bro. I've put a little bit back on. But thank you for the compliment, my man. I appreciate it. I lost about 2.5 stone, and now have since put about half a stone back on again. But it doesn't help that I've been going to events every couple of weeks and eating out a lot. Takeaways or easy food. He's on the roll. Charlotte's just reeled in like mad. He's so much faster than me. I don't think I'm going to be getting any points from this Grand Prix. Team wanted me to aim for 12th. And I might be able to get that. Hear Leclerc's engine behind me now, which is concerning. say so, Nick.
Our gap to the car in front is 16.0 seconds. Gap to teammate behind is 3.4 seconds.
The flare is coming. Fast now, because oh, I want to go for the. I've done it. Let's go for the switchback. Somehow I was to hold on to that position there. I had to give Charles a little bit of a nudge. It said it was going to get cloudy towards the end of the race, CJ, but no chance of rain, 0% chance of rain.
Okay, gap ahead is 17.4 seconds.
Basically just drifted around that corner. I'm too late to go defensive as well. Oh! The player locked up into me then. The player went for the move on the inside and just locked up and came straight into me. See, watch his front right just locks up, can't make the apex, and I turned into him. We're playing the sailboat, now in the points. And you guys were right about Alonso being quick in the race. Do you mean traction control or ABS, Reese? Thanks, Nick. My green screen's just having a bit of a funny 5 minutes. Let me just. Oh, hang on. looked like it was slightly... I'm used to controller, Matthew. It's too far behind. I'm not going to lunge it into 13 from there. Fernando's having a look at me though. I was concentrating on Leclerc and Fernando was right there.
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
Who's that? It's just about the face. That's a pass, isn't it? Fernando's on softs. I don't think it's going to pit again, you know. Fernando's gone ultras to softs. It doesn't help that the auto battery thing has got me in low right now.
Caution, caution. The virtual safety car is out.
Okay,
Reduce
why is the
speed and
VSC out?
maintain a positive delta.
There's a VSC out for some reason.
VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
The VSC basically just suddenly catch up Fernando again.
Green flag.
Ah, I was too wide there. Sure, we'll do
Virtual
CJ.
safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until the green flag. VSC ending. Wait for green.
I'm really struggles with the traction control on low tyres, low grip tyres. Half shit. And now the VSC ending sign is just stuck on this bit. Oh, Fernando's pitting. Okay. That was a short run on the softs, wasn't it? Fernando's pitting again. So he pit after me for the first stint and is now pitting before me. And I just keep getting DRS. Thank you for the host.
The car in front is 2.2 seconds.
So Force India in front of me, but he might have had damage. He might have had damage. I didn't think of that. The players in the pits said we were closing in on him again.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the super softs.
Check race director. Nanda probably got a drive through speeding under VSC. Or maybe. Incidents. Lots of incidents. Oh, Daniel Ricciardo retired with terminal damage. Grosjean's retired with an engine issue. Oh, they... Wow. Okay. Sainz, Magnussen, Alonso, Ocon, Bottas and Ericsson all got penalties for speeding under this VSC. What? Okay. I mean, it helps my race, but that's odd. It's fine. If there are any glitches and stuff like that, I'm sure they'll get patched as soon as possible. You can play this online, mate, yes. I'll probably do open lobbies at some point in the future. Yeah, it might be because of the flashback. I might accidentally, because I flashback, I might have accidentally messed with the thing. Also the VSC randomly deploys after a flashback sometimes. Oh, okay. So it did happen immediately after a flashback, didn't it? I'm sure that'll get patched.
We're leading our teammate by 15.3 seconds.
Just it is, I know. Okay. Kimmy's getting all the fastest laps, isn't he?
The gap to the car ahead is 14.1 seconds.
What on earth? I replaced Van Dorn. This is console, yes. And my Valtteri's just got him getting the fastest lap. It was all Kimmy fastest lap wise.
Push now. We're boxing this lap.
I'm trying to push. I haven't got any tyres.
Safety car deployed.
Oh, is that a glitch? It's full-on safety car's been deployed this time. Okay, at least I know I can fix it. Now that we know that that's a glitch. if it happens again, I can just fix it. Not had that glitch on PS4? Okay. Something to maybe look back to the 13.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
So bad at judging this. Oh, I've got holy clutching, haven't I? Okay, hang on. Literally, some random bot in the chat is like, stay hydrated. I am. I'm just going to take a toilet break actually. I've stayed hydrated so well that I now need to let off some liquid. BRB. Hello.
Go now. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
Seb right behind me. Blue flag, blue flag. Come on, Seb, come get me. go. I pit. And yeah, Fernando passed me.
Blue flag, blue flag.
Come on, Kimmy. Come on, Kimmy. I'm trying to let you pass, but you're just close enough.
The gap behind us is 3.5 seconds.
3.5 seconds anymore, so we just have to let Kimmy pass. Frustrating thing is, Brendan Hartley got lapped whilst he was in the pits, so he didn't actually lose any time letting Vettel or Raikkonen through, whereas I have. I'm playing on a monitor, Savage. Sorry, say a vape. I don't know why I read that as Savage. Germany was great, thank you, Ben. I was unwell from the majority of it, though, unfortunately. So while everyone was going out to parties and having a good time, I was in the hotel in bed. Gas is in the pits, trying to get out ahead of him, although he's coming out of the pits there now.
The car in front is 4.6 seconds.
On the outside of him, just managed to stay ahead of Pierre Gasly in the pits. Both Toro Rossos right behind me now. Both on fresh tyres. I'm driving from McLaren. From McLaren again. I've got to try. Take a bit of the post. I've got to try and get away from these Toro Rossos and close down Leclerc, but I really don't think that's going to happen, to be honest. Although Leclerc's just taken Fernando Alonso. So I'm now chasing my teammate. probably not long because the 2 Toro Rossos will overtake me.
Seconds. They're on old softs. Their tyres are 16 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 30.7.3 seconds.
I'm holding up these Toro Rossos, don't you? Defensive as he's going for around the outside. This is going to be, if this battle goes on for many more laps, this is just going to be a humdinger until the end of Grand Prix. Alonso is basically running at the same pace as our teammate in front of us. Two Toro Rossos behind me, and the Williams of Sorokin is closing in behind Brendan Hartley as well, so this is soon going to become
gap to car in front is 11.6
soon going to
seconds.
become a 4-wide train. Stop it, Ches. I am doing 100% races, mate, yes. Just making the same mistakes again and again and again. Williams has caught us up now as well. Says in Monaco is always a fun stream. Yeah. Fun for you guys, not for me. Starting a McLaren purge. Hey Eddie. Now Lewis, oh, it's Lewis that was closing us down, not a Williams. I thought it was a Williams. It's not. It's Lewis Hamilton. Fair enough. Oh, that's good. Gassie's going to have to let Lewis pass from the straight.
The gap to the car ahead is 9.5 seconds. Racing the car behind. Let them pass when you can.
He's got to get close enough to me for me to pass him though. I'm letting you pass. Look, oh my god. I'm legit letting him pass and he's just like, nah. Go on. The DRS, thank you very much.
Caution, caution.
Someone's... That's a Ferrari. Vettel was leading and something's happened to Sebastian Vettel. See, because Vettel had an accident. Vettel's had an accident overtaking a back marker. Leclerc has gone to let Seb through, and Seb's just driven into him. Has he drifted to the left at all there, Leclerc? He has, look. Watch Leclerc's, let me go into cockpit cam. Watch Leclerc's steering wheel. He turns left, ever so slightly, just there. And that narrows the angle so much so that Seb then drives into him. Oh, that's a big glitch as well, is it? Well, again, I'm sure they'll patch it. But that's Sebastian Vettel out of the race.
Okay, clear.
Which helps me. So far, all the retirees would have been ahead of me. So, yeah, I'm 11th. But if everybody was still in the race, I'd be 14. So there's still a lot of work to be done here at McLaren. You definitely feel like I'm getting better as the as the stream goes on. That's good news. Thank you, mate. I'm still having my moments in certain corners like that one. It's always the same bloody corners as well. Now Marcus Ericsson's out of the race. Well, he's behind me, so why is Marcus Ericsson out of the race? For a Sauber. Jordan Mild with the 11 months in a row. Thank you, mate. Long time no see, Chase. How you finding F1 2018? Also, do you have any thoughts on who your players as FIFA 19? I'm really enjoying this. I'm struggling. It's difficult, but I'm enjoying it. Ericsson just DNF'd. I don't know what the issue was. Mechanical failure, so his engine blew. And I'm going to start FIFA 19 with Tottenham. Would you try manual gearbox when you have... no, I really don't like using the manual gearbox at all on console. I'd rather avoid a... I'd rather avoid a manual gearbox altogether. Auf Wiedersehen, Reese.
Yellow flag.
Another accident. Oh, that's Marcus Ericsson. That's Ericsson's engine failure, that's fine.
Green flag.
Yeah, it helps me with my tyre wear that we actually have a lap less to do because we've been lapped. That means we've only got to go to lap 57 rather than 58, which helps. I'd like to stream this again Wednesday, Luke. Today's Monday, isn't it? I'd like to stream this again Wednesday. Hey, underdog. Yeah, we'll see if the Castro curse is real. Tonight will be the big test. If the World Cup wasn't already a sign enough. Germany is good, thank you, Daniel. I was unwell, but overall it was good, other than the being ill. Honestly, Ches. I'm not 100% better now, Daniel, but I'm getting there, thank you, mate. I'd say I'm at 85% fitness. Obviously, disregarding DME. ZRS big difference if you do it manually. Apparently not. It's more just the fiddliness of doing it on a controller that is the reason why I'm not using it. But I'm having to concentrate so hard on learning how to drive with medium traction control, but throwing in the ERS as well at the same time would just quite simply be too much. Once I get used to driving with medium traction control, maybe then I'll throw the ERS back into the mix. But for now, I'm concentrating on just learning to drive with medium traction. Yeah, the 1 hour delay going out to Germany wasn't that bad, but the 3 hour delay coming back was a killer. Ten laps to go. That's between me and either 10th or 12th, because I'm pretty sure if one Toro Rosso gets me, the other one will as well. The longer Gasly and Brendan Hartley are fighting, the better it is for me. Alonso's about 10 seconds ahead. We're lapping at about the same rate, to be honest. We might be a tenth or two faster than me. At least we were lapping about the same rate before my tyres started to wear.
Our gap to the car in front is 11.0 seconds.
AI difficulty set to 95. Lewis is catching Kimi, you know, for the win. I knew as soon as I looked at that curb, I was like, I shouldn't do that, and I still did it. Yeah, we are ahead of objective so far. To be fair, both Toro Rossos could overtake me, and I'd be bang on objective. Like they were 12th or higher. I am driving with McLaren, Lars, yes. a Van Dorn fan. Sorry, I replaced him, but at least I'm in McLaren. I watch all the Grand Prix, Luke. So yeah, I'll be watching the Monza. Watching the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. I think Fernando might actually be right behind Charles Leclerc rather than a Ferrari, you know. I think he's in a big old battle in 9th for 8th place. I will just quickly check on the race director. Oh, you can't see the gap, can you? Pretty sure Fernando. Yeah, he's got Leclerc right in front of him, so he's actually going for position. No, it's not going to rain. It's good. The weather forecast was that it was going to get cloudy towards the end of the Grand Prix, but there's no rain forecast. Laps to go. Now, if the Toro Rossos weren't so busy fighting each other, I think they might have caught me, you know. But the fact that they've been having a scrap amongst themselves for 11th and 12th means that they're actually costing themselves the chance of a World Championship point by taking me. Fine by me, but from a team perspective, Toro Rosso must be disappointed. Like, surely they could issue team orders and be like, alright, Brendan's right behind Pierre, let's let Brendan go for a bit, see if he can catch me, and if he can't, then swap back at the end.
Gap to car in front is 9.9 seconds.
6.2 to Gasly behind, that's what I'm most concerned about. Alonso's been right behind Leclerc for this entire stint, and he just cannot seem to get past him. Probably for Ferrari power against Renault power. Max Verstappen's just been in the fastest lap of the race. How am I doing my best Max Verstappen impression?
Our gap behind is 6.1 seconds.
The Abu Dhabi Grand Prix is the last one of the season, Lou. So it won't be until November.
The gap to the car ahead is 11.5 seconds.
My tyres are cooked. They feel cooked. I was literally about to mention my fuel. I was about to be like, I've not changed that to standard all race. Got from minus 1.2 laps to plus 1 lap.
We have 5 laps of fuel
I'm going to have to
remaining.
be careful though with... I have to be careful being enriched with warm rear tyres. Maybe the traction will be even more precarious. I don't really know what my favourite Grand Prix is, to be honest. I like Bahrain. I always seem to do well at Russia. I don't know why.
Okay, the gap behind is 7.3 seconds.
Oh, they're getting lapped, that's right. I was going to say the gap to Toro Rosso is increasing, but it's because they're getting lapped by Valtteri Bottas. I just did my fastest lap of the Grand Prix. I'm not too sure how I've done that. Oh, I mean Rich, that's why. Rich Rose. Not that pretty afterwards.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Rich really gobbles up the field, doesn't it? More so than I was expecting. Well, see, I don't mind China. A lot of people don't like the Chinese Grand Prix, but I don't mind China. This will be the last lap of the Grand Prix because we've been lapped. So all of the front runners are actually on their 58th and final lap right now. But I'm on my 57. And this is going to be the last
Our
lap
gap
of the
to the
Grand
car
Prix.
in front is 11.3 seconds.
Put it in lean just to save the engine. Whether half a lap on lean is going to make any difference, but you know, you never know. Ha! Literally, as soon as CJ comes back and goes, how's it going? Flashback. Race or Renner, Kimi Räikkönen. Bit of a lonely stint, this final one. About 10 seconds behind Alonso for the entirety of it. Not really able to catch, not really falling behind. We were able to pull away from the Toro Rossos at least. That's a positive. As the Toro Rossos were right with me to start off with, and we were able to pull away from them, so I'm pleased with that.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
But if we take into account that 4 cars retired,
That's a fantastic performance from
all of which
Ferrari.
were in front of me,
Hardly looked in doubt.
I effectively was running P14,
So,
which
how
isn't
exactly
good
did they
enough for
set
the team.
themselves
But
apart from the pack today?
Alonso would have been
Track
P13,
conditions
and that
really
also
suit
would have
their
been
car
good enough
today.
for the team. So
Wind, track temperature, you
I think
name
finishing
it.
with
These
my
cars come
well, a
alive
place
when the
behind my
tyres are
teammate
just at the right
is probably
temperature.
about
So
right.
the more easily you can keep them there, the better your race tends to go. And that's exactly what happened. Their
A
car
point on
seemed
F1
so
debut
comfortable
can't be
there.
snubbed at. I can't be snuffed
And
at.
as we can see,
Can't be
it's
snubbed.
time for the podium, and as the drivers make their way out, there's a familiar red suit making its way to the top step.
Kimi Räikkönen
Fantastic
wins a
win
Grand
for
Prix. It's been a while since that happened. Well done, Kimi, sir. I'm fairly pleased
And
with
now
that
let's take a
overall
look
result.
at the drivers' standings. Kimi Räikkönen takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship after that excellent result. And now I'd like to ask you,
Started
Anthony
P9,
Davidson,
finished
who was your
P10.
driver of the day?
Well, after a drive like that, it's got to be Charles Leclerc, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Very clean,
actually, I
very
hadn't even
smooth.
noticed Charles Leclerc
You can be
started
really pleased with that
16th
one.
and finished 8th.
Here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors'
Started 16th and
Championship.
finished 8th.
Mercedes moved to the top of the table. It was great having you with us for
Well,
this
Ericsson
weekend.
started
I hope you
19th
enjoyed it
and
as much
retired.
as we did. Until
But the
next
other
time,
3
though,
would have been in front of me.
goodbye.
Maybe Marcus Ericsson might not have been in front of me. I can't remember whether... I think he was in front of me at the time when he retired. But I still would have been outside of the team's expectations, even if he was behind me when he retired. The other 3 were most certainly in front of me. But I have to be happy with P10. It's clearly going to take a while to get used to the throttle with medium traction, but you know, we'll get there. We should get a nice haul of resource points. 98% clean laps. Flashbacks obviously helped. Otherwise, I would have crashed and gone out a long time ago. My reputation with Haas, Red Bull, Mercedes, Ferrari, and Renault has all gone down. Interestingly enough.
That's a great result. You did really well.
Thanks,
I
Jeff.
don't think we can have any complaints with that performance.
We've received invitations to new historic events. You'll be
Oh.
able to choose whether or not to participate before the end of this weekend.
Notes from today's first of all, you make race targets, so we're going to be very satisfied, although I do think the car's a bit more to give, you can extract from it, and obviously we can't let up on the R&D developments. I agree. Right, which invitational do I do? The 1976 Ferrari or the 2004 Ferrari? Actually, I might do France, because it's the Overtake Challenge. That won't be at Manicourt though, will it? I don't think my first attempt at Paul Ricard should be in a 2004 Ferrari. See what chat says. Give it the 2004. Okay, Adam, I'll give it the 2004. Hello, by the way. Just noticed you in chat. Hi. I suck. Basically, is the lesson we've taken from this. But again, relearning well, not even relearning, learning for the first time, the medium traction control. You can clearly see how much of an issue I was having with it, with worn tyres. I'm alright with new tyres, fresh tyres, but worn tyres, a little bit tail happy. Some of it might be setup related, so I'll have to take that into account. But I've literally never ever driven Paul Ricard ever in any game ever. So this is going to go well, isn't it? All that V8 sound though. Wow. Oh, he's going slow. How much traction control have we got in this? That's what we need to find out. Nice acceleration, I know that much. How many do I need to? I'll target 15. I've never met any F1 drivers. There's some footballers, but never any F1 drivers. Supposedly this corner's flat. Yep. Sorry. Oh, that Apex Titans. What's the name for that? This car definitely does have traction control. We'll have a nibble up the inside there. See you, CJ. Childhood! I agree, this noise is childhood. That engine note is most certainly childhood. I need 3 more and I don't think I'm going to get them. Rather frustratingly, I might get 14. Yep, I'm going to get 14. Ah! I was so close. I can try it again. Now that I know this, well, now that I'm more familiar with the circuit after having driven it once. Let's try again, shall we? Having traction control makes so much difference. Or full traction control makes so much difference. Oh! Me talking about traction control and then just nearly completely losing it. I will do some open lobbies once in a while, King J. Oh, this is one at a time. Oh, I thought I'll throw it on the inside, maybe it'll stick. Make yourself a good stick. Michael won in 2004, yeah, Schumacher won the championship. And it was Alonso in 05 and 06, wasn't it? Michael Schumacher 2004, Alonso 5 and 6, Kimi Raikkonen 2007, Lewis Hamilton 2008, 2009 was Jenson Button, and 10, 11, 12, 13 were all said Vettel. What on earth is going on? And then 13, 14, sorry, then 14, 15. Oh, I've just flashed back to the point where I was already spinning. Oh, well, I screwed that up then, haven't I? 14 and 15 were Lewis. And retire from position. 14 and 15 were Lewis, 16 was Nico, and then obviously last year was Lewis as well. Yeah, it feels great with the controller. I'm just still practicing and learning. So I've altered my usual settings, basically. I used to run with full traction control, and now run with medium. I'm trying it with medium this year. And you're faster when it works, and when it doesn't work, or you get it wrong, barrier. So it's been a steep learning curve thus far. But we shall try again with Bahrain on Wednesday. What are we today? Monday. Yeah, tomorrow I'm just going to solidly record FIFA content, and then Wednesday we'll have another one. But it will probably be a later stream. Like, I might not start until about 6 or 7 rather than starting at about 4. How long have we been live now? What time?
The new
nearly
parts
4
arrived
hours.
from the factory without issue. They'll be fitted to the car
Great.
in time for the next session.
New parts, development completed. Oh, it's just the general wear, wasn't it? And then the next, for China, we'll have the other performance parts we added that we paid for, which were the engine power with regards to crankshaft, and then sorting out the front wing main flap, which will give us an extra little bit of boost. Haas have actually overtaken us with the R&D. Haas were behind McLaren, I believe. No, they weren't. I tell a lie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, they weren't. But we're getting there slowly. No, yeah, you can see there. No one's improved yet. Well, no one's overtaken anyone else, should I say? Where is fine on everything? Gearbox. Gearbox is going to be an issue, I think, for me. But, you know, we'll see what it is. We'll see how it goes even. Right, that's going to bring this one to a close though, guys. Thank you very much for watching and for bearing with me as I struggled. But we were able to get a P10 in the end. Thank you very much to everyone that followed. And let me say a quick thank you to everyone that's sub/resub/new sub/bits. Oh god, that's a hell of a list. Thank you to Ben, Daniel, Grayson, Flyhout, Crudy, OJ, Sarah, Stuart, Cam, Lennon, Mr. Kappa, Posty, Badabi, Dan, Tom, Metal Luck, Ashley, Saul, Bacon Boss, Foxy, Callum, Tottenham Fan, Brandon, Kiz, Sam, Afflacius or Nick, Grembo, Avi, Sam again, Favon for the new sub, Nick for the bits, Reese for the sub, Mike for the bits, Nick for more bits, different Nick for bits, and then Jordan for the 11-month resub at the end of the stream, about half an hour ago. But thank you very much for the support, guys. We peaked at about 600, I think. We settled at about 300, but I think it was more my driving that was forcing people away than it was anything else. But hopefully we'll be better in Bahrain, and I look forward to seeing you then. I'll see you later.